Hello everyone, it is so good to see you back here again. It's lunchtime and I am ready to show you how to make hot brown Kentucky sliders. We're going to be using some dinner rolls. We're going to be putting in some delicious ingredients. We've got a cheese sauce that we're going to pour over those ingredients, which is going to be so delicious. And then we got a butter glaze for the top. You guys ready? Let's go ahead and start putting these together. We're going to take a 9x13 baking dish and we're going to spray it with some cooking spray just on the bottom. We're going to lay a piece of parchment paper. Now I just cut this to size. We're going to lay it down on the bottom. Now that spray will help hold the parchment paper. I'm leaving a little overhang. That way we can pull these out after they're done in the oven. All right. I'm just going to spray a little bit on the parchment paper just to make sure we can get these out. Set this aside. All right, first thing we're going to do is make our cheese sauce so that we can have that cooling down just a little bit while we make the rest of the sandwich. Over a medium heat, we're just going to place a medium saucepan. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter. You want to start getting that melted. Now this cheese sauce is going to make this sandwich for sure. Once the butter is melted and has a little sizzle going on, we're going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of flour. This is just an all-purpose flour. I'm going to sprinkle it over the butter. I'm going to blend this together with a whisk and continually stir this for 2 minutes. You want to cook that flour. You don't want any rawness to the flour, so we're going to cook it out. Well, don't let it get too brown on you. All right, we're going to go ahead now and take 1.5 cups of cold milk. We're going to slowly pour it in while we're whisking. We're going to raise our heat up to about a medium high. We want to bring this to a boil and it'll start thickening. Just take about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, once it starts thickening up and you can see a little simmer on the edges of the pot here, we're going to go ahead and slowly add in 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese. Stir that in. You want to lower your heat to a low. That way we don't scald anything. Sprinkle a little pepper in it. I'm going to be adding in some ground nutmeg for a nice flavor, just a sprinkling, and a little bit of salt. Make sure you give it a taste. Just don't burn yourself. Just a little taste there. That's good. You know what it needs though? More salt. That's good. All right, we're going to turn the burner off. We're going to set this aside. What we're going to do now is take our rolls. Now they generally come in a 12 pack and they're all together. I'm just going to take my serrated knife and I'm going to cut these lengthwise all the way across in one layer. Go slow and check both points to make sure that you're not cutting through the bottoms. All right, we're going to remove the tops and set those off to the side. We're going to take the bottoms and we're going to lay them in our prepared 9x13 baking dish. What we're going to do is layer 1/2 pound of deli turkey meat on the bottom of the rolls. We're going to cover the turkey with sliced cheddar cheese. We're going to layer another ½ pound of turkey on top of the cheese. We still got some good stuff happening. Don't leave me yet. These are hot brown Kentucky sliders. So they got some good stuff in them. All right, I'm using some bacon pieces and they smell delicious. I'm going to sprinkle that all over the turkey. Now you can cook up your own bacon and crumble it up into pieces as long as it's cooked bacon. I'm using 2.8 ounces. All right, I've got some tomatoes that I've washed off. I'm going to slice them. You want about 1 tomato slice for each dinner roll. I'm going to lay them about where the dinner rolls are. I'm going to salt the tomatoes very lightly. Put some black pepper on it. Well, that's just the way I like my tomatoes. Salt and pepper. All right, I just brought the sauce back over here. Should have cooled down just a little bit. Just stirred it up with a whisk. All right, we're going to pour this on top of the tomatoes. I'm going to try to keep it in the center there. I'm just going to smooth it out. Make sure you keep all your tomatoes and everything together. We're going to bring the top layer of the buns over and place it right on top of the cheese sauce here. Yeah. All right, we got one more thing to do. All right, in a small pot over high heat, we're going to add 1 stick of butter, or ½ cup. We're going to melt that. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Now this is a stone ground Dijon mustard. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire. Black pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon, 1/8 teaspoon of salt. We're going to blend this together. We're going to turn the burner off. We're going to coat the tops of the rolls with this butter mixture. We're going to cover it lightly with some foil. Now, if you don't have the non-stick foil, you can take a sheet of foil, spray it with some cooking spray, turn it over, and place that on there. That way you don't pull the bread off and it doesn't stick. We're going to bake in the oven that's been preheating at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. I'm just going to take the foil off, place it back in the oven for another 5 minutes or so until that cheese is melted on the inside and these are heated through. I'll be back.
Can you help getting it out?
Nope. Now I've let it sit for about 5 minutes just to kind of pull itself together. I'm going to grab the handles that we had from the parchment paper, the ends. I'm just going to pull it up very carefully and I'm going to place it onto a cutting board. Look how good these look. Oh yeah, that's the other side. I'm going to get a big sharp knife. I'm going to cut these into squares. I'm going to try one for you. There we go. My hot brown Kentucky sliders. Don't those look delicious? Ooh, these look amazing. All right, I got my plate right here. I'm going in for a bite. As easy as that. Mmm. Those flavors, they rock in that sandwich. Mmm. That cheese sauce that we made, homemade, really easy to make. And then when you got that butter glaze on top, oh my gosh, it lights up those flavors so good. Who's making my hot brown Kentucky sliders? The perfect little sandwich. All right, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you are new to the channel. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. Y'all, I will see y'all on the next episode.